Hello everybody. Brandon Carey is here with you once again. We are continuing the DLC case for Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, Rise from the Ashes. And where we last left off, we had discovered that our victim, Mr. Bruce Goodman, was killed in two different locations at roughly the same time. And so we are now investigating this mystery as to how he could be in two places at once and also get killed in two places at once. And we have just found ourselves in the evidence room where the second of our two incidents happened. We already saw this. And now we're looking at how Officer Meekins was set up for this murder that we are pretty sure he didn't actually do. Hey pal, our security is high tech here. Pal. No. Admittedly, I'm not sure where we're supposed to go from here. We're still investigating. Handcuffs on a car door. Shot square in the forehead. Alright. No, there's anything here worth looking at. That's my personal poll. Oh yeah, this was from the other case. Yeah, this is the junk that we used in the last case. A bug sweeper. Okay, so we could see if something was being bugged or tracked. Gotcha, interesting. Well, we can't. That's not really relevant to us. Alright, nothing to say. You know, maybe they give you 50 cents. At the same time, he was found dead over at the prosecutor's office. Exactly. Oh, right, we already got through this conversation. Let's see if we can talk to Edgeworth, actually. Now that we do have something on him. Let's move to the prosecutor's office. Are you here, Edgy Poo? No, you're not. Okay. So, where do we fucking go? Yeah, no. Maybe? Probably not. Got nothing to say. Alright, so now where do we go? Probably back at the Probably back in the evidence room we'll find something. I don't know where else we could go at this point. So, what am I supposed to do here? Oh, you don't present, just use the court record. Okay. Just double check to make sure we're not missing any blood. I'm running out of ideas on what to check for. Speaking of, I looked into it. Apparently, you can just buy luminol at the grocery, or like not at the grocery store, but like at online. And it's not that expensive. Like, someone with the average, with an average person's pay could afford a bottle of luminol. Not that you would have much use for it in everyday life, but theoretically you could make use of it, I suppose. There's some loose ends left in that case. This is what I'm missing, okay. There's a bloody, violent case. Serial killing, okay. Okay. Oh, we're getting somewhere. The killer made a mistake 2 years ago, which is what made Edgeworth a big hotshot prosecutor. Supposed to be all cleaned up with the transfer the other day. It was the last job he ever did. Detective Goodman, that is. Detective Goodman was the detective in charge of the case. Okay, so now we have a connection. Reaps his knife out of the oven and blocked her himself. Written inquiry committee should be letting out soon. I'm going to be giving my report for the day. Might help you, you know. A note written on the back of that flyer. I believe in him. He you have friends like Detective Gumshoe. Oh, my lovable lunk Gumshoe. Well, if he's going to Edgeworth office, we should probably follow him. Now we can talk to Edgeworth. Now we can talk to Edgeworth. So what do we have over here? Room 1202. Oh, it's the butler. From the first case, or the second case actually, from Turnabout Sisters. Mr. Edgeworth, I beg your leave so long. A teacup in his hand. Right. Yes, the hotel. You're back from the prosecutor's office inquiry. I am. By the way, Detective Gumshoe was looking for you. Oh, no, that was Phoenix saying that. He brought me the latest information, it seems. Was it hell? Apparently a new French restaurant's opening near here. I think he was trying to console me somehow. This whole thing is... Yeah... I want to know about why you're here. I better check this now. As I was saying, a record of ID card usage. You went into the evidence room that day, didn't you? Just before the incident occurred, no less. Yes, that's true. Please don't look at me like that. I was asked to go by Chief Gaunt, no less. He wanted evidence for a case that wrapped up half a year ago. He told me he wanted to keep it here in the prosecution's office. But it was... The chief is never one to explain himself. In any case, on the day of the stabbings, I brought this back here. I can't say. It really has nothing to do with the current case. Yeah, let's make a note of this new evidence that was obtained. Stubborn as always. I told you this has nothing to do with the current case. We can ask him anyway. Right, please, I'm the prosecutor on this case. You don't expect me to sit here and discuss the case with you over a cup of tea. I told you. Oh, he has nothing to say about the, Let's examine the knife. Or the screwdriver, I guess. AI-16. That's what Edgeworth said, it's worth nothing. This might turn out to be the clue that breaks the case. I mean, stranger things have happened. Stranger things have happened in Phoenix Wright. We did not cross-examine the parrot after all, so... Could always do that. Alright, I guess we only have the one thing to show him. Where did the inquiry committee go? Actually, they decided to treat this not as a case of concealing evidence, but as a communications error during the investigation. Concealing evidence?! Yes, apparently there are some who believe that I concealed evidence. They gave me a warning. You were lucky this time. Again. I've heard them say that so many times. Ever since that case 2 years ago. Of course he's okay. He's Edgeworth. Well, I'm still the presiding prosecuting attorney, however. They gave control of the investigation over to the police department. Yes, any further investigation for this case will be directed by the Chief of Police, Gaunt. I can do nothing but wait for his results. Why, I ask you? Why? All along I've done only what I believe is right. I have nothing to be ashamed of. But still... I mean, there was this whole thing where he was accused of murder a couple months ago. It tends to make you think about stuff. anything to show him aside? Okay, he's got nothing to say. I know you. You've probably got a hold of some information already, right? The SL9 incident. And some dark suspicion you were wrapped up in. You are the man who revived the worst memory of my life. I figured I'd be telling you about this sooner or later. Of course, right? What are you fucking talking about? Tell me about it. You tell me the truth. The SL9 incident was a heinous serial killing case. The head of the investigation was the deputy chief of police at the time, Damon Gaunt. A lot of people involved in this case 2 years ago that end up being related to this case in modern times. Funny how that works. He was a top officer, and it was my first time working with him. I was nervous. In truth, I used slightly more extreme methods than normal. We were dealing with a vicious murderer. If I let him go, the blood would be on my hands. He won our guilty verdict, and the killer was executed. Of course not. I didn't touch the evidence. Yes, I will do anything in my power to win a trial. However, I do have a code, and I follow it faithfully. By the way, Emma, the chief prosecutor wanted to know something. If you were still studying forensic science... Luminol testing fluid, Well then, you might have use for this. Fingerprint powder! Chemically treated for better adhesion. I have no say in today's investigation. Do as you will. No need to thank me. Here, take your powder and these fingerprint files for everyone involved. Why? I guess Detective Gumshoe really isn't good enough to be trusted. Just remember seeing suspicious fingerprints somewhere. Well, we do have the fingerprints in the evidence room. That seems worthwhile. We have those handprints. Yeah, we got it right. You can turn up a suspicious handprint. Here in the blood on the detective's evidence locker. Yeah, let's use some more forensic science. First, choose a finger. Each finger leaves behind a slightly different print. Let's choose the finger that will have left behind the clearest print. It will be this one because it's so detailed. Once you check the prints, let me show you how it's done. Time for a 3DS tutorial, y'all! We got a new gimmick! Moving powder around. How'd you do that? With... Alright, yeah. The print. Once the powder is well spread, just blow away the excess. With E. If you're blowing out candles on the birthday cake, see? It won't go up to your nose or anything. You just pour the powder on thick and blow away the extra. Those are the basics of everything we're doing, right? Okay, yeah. So basically, you saturate this entire thing in powder. We have unlimited powder, so we might as well make use of it as much as we can. No. I hit the wrong button, that's why. Oh. Shame on me. Alright, I'm basically just mashing buttons. Found one. Finger fingerprints. It means that they use gloves. Must have worn gloves. Calm down. That's just the way it goes sometimes with the... Yes. Yeah. Oh, I didn't notice that one. Yeah, we have this one here. I wish I could hold it instead of mashing it. It really feels like it should be a hold. Oh, that's a clear print. Not clear enough, I see. There we go. This print looks a lot like an effort to find. Let's match it up right away. So we're not done yet. This is quite a process. Well, yeah, because now we have the fingerprints. We need to compare it to the records we have. Obviously right. Of course she's right. Now we have a database of fingerprints we got from Edgeworth. You just compare it. Make a pretty good guess. The bloody handprint and the fingerprints are in the different places, right? These prints probably don't have anything to do with our case. So whose fingerprints would most likely be in his locker? So it's gumshoes. You gave me this so what look. Next time. Sometimes you hit, sometimes you miss. You gotta roll with the punches, Mr. Wright. She's not wrong. There was one other handprint in this room. Let's check it out. Right, there was a handprint here, right? Oh, here. Gotcha. Yeah, we got the luminal reaction. Yeah, let's try using... Let's check for prints. What? Their area with the blood was wiped away, right? And defining it using chemical means. Any prints in that area will have been wiped away too. So that means no prints. Anyway, we must try to find prints that weren't wiped away. Prints other than the ones left by the bloody hands. Let's try the because there are fingers that weren't touched in blood. Cake this thing in powder. Just cake it on. Just cake it. That's a partial. Doesn't look like we'll get a clear result from this print. Yeah. Let's try again. Oh. Just gotta fill in some details, it looks like. That's a clear print. No match found. Let's try again. Let's see, who else could we compare with? Oh, this is... What is Jake Marshall's prints doing on this locker? He was at the scene. It's Officer Marshall. Officer Jake Marshall? Yeah, Emma. Officer Jake Marshall. Not a coincidence. He's not involved in the crime. Sally from Detective Gumshoe's prints. Uno reaction. The blood and the fingerprints are in the same place. Oh! So you have Jake Marshall's fingerprints on a white bloodstain. Why would Officer Marshall? Well, we're learning something new, I suppose. This is what you call decisive evidence. I don't believe it. Believe it, lady. We've got a trial to do. My favorite part of this game, by far. I love the trial sections.